Mr. President, what's your message to Democrats who don't want you to run again?
They want me to run.
Two-thirds say they don't.
Read the polls. Read the polls, Jack. You guys are all the same. That poll showed that 92% of Democrats, if I ran, would vote for me.
A majority of Democrats say they don't want you to run again in 2024.
92% said if I did, they'd vote for me.
Well, President Biden there putting on a happy face, trying to spin those terrible numbers from the New York Times as he's pressed on a dismal poll showing nearly two-thirds of Democratic primary voters would not want him to run again for president in 2024.
Wow. Here to react, Fox News contributor and former White House press secretary Ari Fleischer, who wrote this book, Suppression, Deception, Snobbery, and Bias, Why the Press Gets So Much Wrong and Doesn't Care. It is finally available to purchase. We heard so much about it, but this plays right into what you're talking about. By the way, why is he so angry?
I don't know. I wasn't watching him. I was watching the two Secret Service agents walking up behind him.
Oh, he's turning up. We got to go.
But, I mean, his response was not something I mean...
He's got a quick temper, doesn't he? You know, we all think convivial Joe Biden, but there's something. He snaps. He snaps too easy at the wrong things. But what a fabrication and what a fantasy land he's living in if he thinks the Democrats really want him to run. They don't.
The number was from him saying head-to-head with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
How many Democrats would vote for Donald Trump, would vote for him? 92%. But that's just one portion of a poll where only 24% want him to run, period.
Yeah, look, if he runs against Donald Trump, the Democrats are going to rally. That's going to be a fact.
Right.
The problem is the Democrats don't want him to be the candidate.
Right. 64% of them say nominate a different person. These are Democrats. Who do they have?
Oh, they're going to have 28 candidates again. Remember, last time they had 28 candidates. We had 2 nights of debates because there were so many on 2 different stages. The same thing will happen. And look, it's not bad. It's a healthy part of our democracy. Primaries let the parties breathe. They let new blood come and get established. So this will be the future for the Democrats. I predicted this in May, that Biden is not going to run again.
Right.
Just think about the day after the November election. If they lose the House, lose the Senate, do they really want an unpopular 80-year-old to lead them into the future?
Sure. And to the point about your book, about the press and the mainstream media, 2 of the biggest papers in America right now are kind of nudging him toward the exits. You've got the terrible New York Times poll. The day before, they did the story about how staffers say he's too old, he's shuffling around. Then you got the Washington Post, which also, like the New York Times, validated the Hunter Biden laptop. And then yesterday, the Washington Post ran a great big op-ed from Fred Ryan that said the president was out of his mind to go to Saudi Arabia. So it's almost like are they trying to push him toward the exit or trying to make him better?
Well, and this is one of the reasons I wrote this book, because I am so fed up with the press and the way that they are so pro-democratic. So here's what I think is going on with the recent turn in coverage. It's temporary. It's a passing phase. So what's happening now is this represents the angst of the Democrats, the people who, the college-educated voters who are now increasingly Democratic, who don't want Biden to run, as we talked about. It's being reflected in the media coverage. But if Biden decides to run, this will be over with in an instant.
They're all in.
And especially if it's against Trump or DeSantis or Kristi Noem, you name the Republican, as soon as it becomes that choice, the New York Times, the Washington Post will flip right back into activism coverage, bashing Republicans, propping up Biden, and wait for them to flip and say, look how vigorous Joe Biden is. Because that's what's happened to the press.
In order to write this book, you had to watch a lot of media, a lot of news. What did you find?
Yeah, I have 1 chapter on CNN, 1 chapter on the New York Times. So I read, and I regularly do read, but I watch CNN all the time. And it's activism. It is opinion journalism. They're daytime shows. They're daytime reporters letting their opinions rip. And that came from management on down. And this is the problem with the media today. They are no longer neutral. They're no longer objective. They want to have one side win. And I'm talking mainstream media, NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, New York Times, Washington Post. And the American people know it. Right. Poll after poll shows that the American people think that the press no longer tells the news fully, fairly, and accurately.
Sure. Here's an excerpt from your book on Trump talking about the media, why they seem to not give him a fair shot. Because I guess it's ideology. I think it's ideology. Maybe they didn't like me personally. I guess. I do all these things and I don't get credit for it. I noticed the very early, the economy was good. I got no credit. Jobs were good. I got no credit. I started to say, what do I have to do to get some credit? He's not wrong.
You know, I interviewed the president. I went to Mar-a-Lago and I interviewed him. I brought an iPad that was preloaded with some of the worst television coverage he got. I hit play and I showed it to him. So I started with when he went to Japan, remember, and fed koi fish, and CNN doctored the video to make it look like Trump the boer dumped an entire box of food into the feed the koi fish. So he'd never seen it before. And I showed it to him, and I said, what's your reaction? You did exactly what Prime Minister Abe did, and then CNN edits it and says you don't know how to feed fish. I mean, this is the lengths that the mainstream media went to get the guy. And this is part of what inspired me. I was watching collusion coverage. I was watching the Steele dossier coverage. And I try to call the balls and strikes, be fair to President Trump, be fair to everybody. And the press was brutal and unfair to President Trump. And this book is the reckoning that the press deserves.
But I think that you found out the reason why. It's right in your open. You go to Columbia School, the journalism school, and you ask them, by the way, any Republicans, how many Democrats?
Yeah.
You did it twice.
Yeah.
What did you find both times?
Both times I did it, first in 1998 and the second time in 2020, 24-0 Democrats over Republicans. Not one single person voted for a Republican.
And they bring that agenda to their coverage.
Of course, it fills every newsroom.
Check out his brand new book. It's available today. It's called Suppression, Deception, Snobbery, and Bias: Why the Press Gets So Much Wrong and Just Doesn't Care. Ari, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I'll see you on radio.
See you on radio.
All right.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.